Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Game 2 between Virtus.Pro and Nigma. We'll see if Nigma's going to be able to rebound after that shown in that first game or not, because they did sort of get just manhandled by Virtus.Pro for a large portion of that game. They did make a couple of good plays, but it just seemed like Miracle was always just one step behind Epileptic Kid, and he just never could quite get on top. So we'll see if maybe they're going to maybe bring something new to the table, perhaps. We'll have to wait and see. I think they lead up with the Undying, so that's going to be the hero for for Kuroki, sorry. And Virtus.Pro, they've got the Magnus and the Lina, even though the Magnus is invisible. There's a mag right here, so we'll probably see that put into the hands of DM once again. And Save will probably take that Lina. Maybe this. Oh, wait, what? I was meant to just reload it. Oh dear. Sorry guys. Maybe it's alright, we're back, we didn't miss anything. So, and it's made Magnus appear. There you go, that was my intention all along. So, we'll see what Nigma's going to pick up for their second grab of this game. Obviously they banned out the Faceless Void this time. They do not want to have that in the hands of Epileptic Kid. He's just too damn good on this hero apparently. Especially when there's a Magnus in the pool. They're actually going to go for the Timber Saw this time, so that'll be the hero for Mind Control. Can actually apply a bit more pressure in the off lane, maybe try and limit the farm that will be coming out for Epileptic Kid, perhaps. Depends what hero they do pick up for him, obviously. If it's something like a Drow, then there's not too much that Timber can do in the farming wise, but we'll have to wait and see what they do pick up for him. So Virtus.Pro, they ban out the Viper. There's a hero that Weehaw does like to take into the mid lane quite a bit, and that could potentially set them up to pick up a Spectre as their position 1 carry. Especially seeing as how obviously the Spectre will have the advantage. That's the bloody word I was thinking of. Why that takes so long to think of? Yeah, the Spectre will have the advantage of having power coming out from this Magnus to really ramp up his farming speed. So it won't take as long for the Spectre to come online as it would do normally. So you could potentially see that coming out. Instead, Nigma, they actually ban out the anti-mage. There's still a couple more bans to go, so we'll see what they will finish up taking away. So you generally want to ban out heroes which don't really want to have to build a Battle Fury but benefit from the farm. And anti-mage just likes building the Battle Fury anyway. Even the TA now gets taken off. We'll see what main position 1's actually left in the pool after this. I think the Spectre could be alright for the side of VP so far. Obviously the Spectre does struggle a little bit in the laning phase, laning up against the Timber Saw. As you would expect, it's the Whirling Deaths do quite a bit of work onto him. They'll actually ban out the Juggernaut and then instantly snap up the Phoenix. That's most likely to be for GH. And VP, they've already got the Lina, which can be a good egg hitter. So they already do have a way to somewhat counter that egg when it actually starts becoming a bit more of a threat in the fights. VP actually take the Witch Doctor themselves, so that's most likely going to be for Ilias in the position 5. He's one of his preferred heroes. It's just a shame that the Death Ward can't hit the egg, right? That'd be so broken. Nigma even still, it's both supports and both off-laners picked up for both teams. So both of them are after their carries and their mid-laners. We'll see which ones they're going to snap up. So Nigma are actually going to take the Void Spirit. This is going to be for Weehaw in the mid lane then. He's going to be able to just try and make as much space as he can. He's a hero that can come online pretty early. And it is quite difficult to deal with sometimes. A very elusive hero. So ZP, if VP are going to respond by taking their mid laner as well for GPK in the mid, or whether if they're just going to take their position 1 now. They're actually going to go for the Ursa. So it's a hero which can help destroy the egg as well, helps destroy the tombstone, can rip through the armor of the timber saw, and also benefits quite nicely from the empower coming out from the Magnus, allowing obviously the Ursa to actually increase his farmer speed by quite a bit. So yeah, I quite like this pickup actually. It's working out so far. Especially seems how there's no sort of instant disable so far on the side of Nigma. All they really got at the moment is a Void Remnant, but it's not exactly guaranteed. You tend to see him pick up like a Yule Scepter to try and set those sort of moves up with. Obviously it takes a little while to come online. So I have to see how this ends up panning out for him. So both teams, well actually never mind. I was going to say both teams see their carry, but obviously VP don't. They're still after their GPK 0. But Nigma, they'll take away the Invoker again. He did a pretty good job in it in the previous game. Just want to make sure that doesn't make a second appearance. You can maybe see like a Storm Spirit for either side, to be honest. Well, obviously not a Storm Spirit for either side, because again they need a position 1. I forgot that once more. So it is just Nigma after their carry still. The VP, they take away the Morphin, they take away the Spectre. Need something that can do pretty well up against an Ursa. Maybe something like a Medusa, perhaps? It's quite difficult for the Ursa to try and lane into her because she'll just pop that Stone Gaze, and when you try and run away, obviously she's just firing arrows into your back. But I mean, it's maybe not the best Medusa lineup, seeing as how Nigma, they are lacking a bit on damage for the early portions of the game. So maybe they need someone who can come online at a little bit of a faster pace, especially to match up against the Ursa, because the Ursa only really needs like 1-2 items and you can actually start getting involved. Maybe just 1. Especially if he gets like, tries to go for an early Roshan. So see what VP is going to pick up for GPK in the mid. I still think Storm Spirit's okay. You get that Yule Scepter online. Can try and set up for an easy kill into the Phoenix before he can get his egg off, perhaps. It's not the easiest target for the Void Spirit because the Void naturally wants to build a Yule Scepter, so he's always going to have that way to purge off the Orchid. So maybe that might not work the best. Potentially an Ember Spirit, also another hero that can benefit quite nicely from the power coming out from the Magnus. Oh, so actually go for the Slardar. So is this going to be a mid Mag then? Or a mid Slardar? It's probably going to be a mid Magnus, right? That'll be in the hands of GPK. And then DM will take the Slardar for the offlane. So we'll see if maybe this little switch around at the last second makes Nigma think twice about what they want to pick up for their carry. It needs to be something that can lane pretty well up against the Slardar and not get dumpstered on too badly. Drow would have been nice to keep the distance, but it's already been banned out. That's quite a difficult choice. I need to pick now. Only 1 second. Okay, so I'm actually going to go for a Zeus. So position 1 Void then? No, so it's a position 1 Zeus. So Miracle is actually taking the Zeus for the safe lane. This is interesting. So it is a mid Magnus. GPK is on that Slardar for the off lane. Okay, this is quite an interesting swap around. So, I mean, Miracle, he'll definitely be able to farm up against the Slardar, and Slardar will struggle a bit. Just the constant lightning harass that's coming out. It's pretty goddamn annoying to go up against in the laning phase. But even still, it's almost like your traditional carry. He is a hero though that can sit behind the Timbersaw and still just throw out a lot of damage in these team fights. But even still, I think that Epileptic Kid, he'll have an okay lane up against this against Mind Control. Even Miracle, he'll have a fine lane as well, but I don't know. It's quite difficult to choose. I still think it's going to be VP. I think VP will probably take this 2-0. Looking at these lineups. Also, we'll have to wait and see. You know, crazy stuff's happened. Glug glug. So all 5 heroes inside of VP all heading up towards the top lane. Exactly the same thing we saw in the previous game, but on the dire side. But Nigma, they're doing exactly the same thing as well. Jesus. So much chat. Can't hear what the hell's going on. What in the blazes? So it looks like there might be a little bit of a contestant already at the very start of this game. VP's just charged forward. They still didn't bother with a smoke. And they're actually just going to end up running high ground into the waiting arms of Nigma. This is going to be an absolute cluster help. This is safe, leading the charge. He's easy food for the side of Nigma. They snap him up in seconds. And now Nigma's the ones on the full aggression, just charging forwards now. Going to try and secure up these top 2 bounty runes. So unfortunately, that very aggressive move there from VP ends up biting him in the arse. I think Nigma was... They just knew that was going to happen. Very well read by them. So who actually ended up getting that kill? GH got the kill. Not really the best one that you probably want in your team to actually get it, but even still, they'll take it. Croaky, is he going to be able to get this bottom bounty? No, VP actually, Epileptic Kid manages to beat him to it. So at least VP get the advantage of the bounties, ends up being 3 for 1, favouring them. But even still, Nigma with the first blood. Just a nice chunk of gold into the pockets of GH. What does he actually start off with? He's actually not even bothered spending the money. Just going to hold it. Thought maybe he might just decided to get like a really early mech or the windlace. Stick, sorry, or the windlace. And just bring that out right now. He's just going to wait for his brown boots. It's the first item he wants. It's all he cares about. Already, nice little harass coming out of him. Save. Easy double LSA setup. Fine, a lot of aggression onto GH. Force him to use his fire spirits and falls back. Takes tons of damage. Doesn't even bother using his salve. Probably wants to just hold on to that for Weeha. Oh, wait. What? Okay, so, alright, I wasn't expecting that. So, Miracle, he actually took the Zeus for the mid lane then. Oh, I don't know why I didn't spot this sooner. So, it is actually Weeha running the Void in the safe lane. So, sort of is a position 1 of the Void Spirit. Miracle takes a lot of damage in the mid lane. Nearly gets brought down there. Takes tons of harassment. Oh, but in return, VP, they do actually manage to mop up the kill onto Weeha up top. It's very dangerous lane for them. It's already going quite poorly. Weeha's only got 2 to 1 in the CS. Already has his death on him. And they're both still level 1. Maybe the bot lane for VP is going okay. He's not too high on the CS chart at the moment, but it's not like he's being harassed out and he's forced all the way back.
What did you expect?
It's going to be a potential another kill onto Kuroki here. One more hit from Epileptic Kid. There is the stick charges, just keeps Kuroki alive. Very, very close there. Dude still in the mid. GPK is actually ahead a quite nice amount. 6 CS more, plus 1 extra deny over the top of Miracle. VR's even just holding his third point, just in case he needs to go for that dissimulate to try and get himself out of trouble. DM, he wants to get that next hit bash. He's got the great bash available. LSA just barely off the mark. Will still get stunned up by DM. He's doing quite a bit of damage. The Void Remnant will come out, which is going to pull DM back for now. But another LSA connects onto GH. And he'll just dive off to the side. But even still, a lot of trades between the two. A lot of regens can be forced out from both sides here.
What did you expect?
But even still, I mean, the farm between Epileptic Kid and Weehaw, I think we may as well just cast Weehaw as a position one this game because he's actually in that actual position. He's doing a little bit better than Weehaw's recovering nicely after getting killed beforehand. Save. He's actually getting pretty low. GH is hunting him down. All those attacks coming out from the illusions, not enough to bring him down. Ooh, nice LSA connection. Holds GH back for now. And he should be able to escape with this. No in return though, Epileptic Kid. With the help of Ilias, they actually managed to get a nice kill onto Mind Control down bottom. Ben just capitalised on the fact that Kuroki had already rotated around to the mid lane, trying to help out Mind Control, Miracle, sorry. Yeah, I'm just getting harassed quite a bit now from GH, just charging forwards. Crush just about connects, but he doesn't want to carry on chasing any further. Still 2 Fire Spirits available for GH to throw around. But the bounty spawn, and once again, it's a 3-for-1 trade favouring VP. So, yeah, there's been a couple of kills dotted around, but no team's getting super aggressive at the moment. There is only 1 point into Ilias's Mallet Dip, so it's kind of difficult for even them to go for a kill. And Ursa generally likes to go for a nice few early kills. They will have to commit to it forwards, but Epileptic Kid, why'd you not? Huh? He decided not to bother trying to press for further. GR even manages to secure the Invis rune up for Miracle there, allow him to fill up his bottle. Maybe actually Miracle will TP back towards the lanes with it. Not exactly his bottle to fill up, but... Even still, GPK just slightly ahead in terms of CS. He's got his RP available, so he might be looking to try and get a kill onto Miracle here. Just one shockwave pull back into an RP and skewer into the tier 1 tower. It's most likely going to be a kill, as Zeus is pretty damn squishy. And obviously the earlier that GPK can use this ability, the better. Oh, Mimo up top, saving DM, managed to get a kill up there. He does get a return kill from Weehaw, manages to finish up save. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. Just both supports falling. So I swapped back to bomb because I wasn't sure if VP and Epileptic Kid and Ilias was going to try and make a move onto Michael there. Sort of looked like it for a second. Look at that DM. Stuck all alone. Getting actually aggressed now by Weeheart and GH. They don't quite have the utility to try and actually keep him locked down in place and actually get a kill. Just try and harass him out. Oh, down bomb. Ilias actually ends up falling. Kuroki and Microtrol bring him down. Epileptic Kid just manages to survive as well. The Royal Jelly. Super strong. Just nice free little permanent regen. Oh, GPK. He might now find the grab onto Miracle. I thought potentially he could have gone for the RP. Actually, skewer range level 1. It's not really that great. So he probably wouldn't have been able to reach into the tier 1 tower either way. I think Miracle's doing fine on farm though. He's 600 or 500 gold behind that of GPK, but it's not too bad. He's got his 3 Knolls online. Oh, Kuroki. Oh dear. He ends up getting pulled down to the bottom. That's just going to be a free tombstone kill. GPK is just going to completely bail out. There's nothing that Save can do to survive this, I don't think. Maybe GPK is hanging around. Maybe thinking about trying to go for some sort of return kill. He will now commit the RP onto Miracle, but there's no other follow-up damage. He's forced to go back. Ilias, he must just get a cheeky little extra kill onto Miracle here. He's trying to apply a bit of pressure. Even Epileptic Kid's come around now. GH will end up falling. And now Weehar's just running at him himself. What is going on? Just everyone's showing up for this little weird mid-engagement. They actually do get the grab there onto GPK, but GPK is going to skewer him back towards the tier 1 tower. Weehar's used up all of his astral steps. The Thunder God's Wrath comes out for Miracle, which does clear up the kill. It costs Weehar his life, but I think that's a trade they're willing to get. Epileptic Kid, though, he gets the jump forwards onto Miracle, slowing him down. Even DM just charges forwards. Mind Control, he appears into this lane now. He gets hit by the Maledict. The LSA just barely misses. And it looks like now the rest of VP is going to go into full retreat. Save now just getting focused on by everyone. Yeah, don't think he's going to survive this Sun Ray. No sick charges available to keep him alive. Excuse me if you heard that. So it actually ends up being 2 for 2. 2 for 3 actually. Slightly favouring VP there. I think one of the kills actually went towards Epileptic Kid as well. He got the kill onto GH. Save actually got the kill onto Miracle. Still, there's a nice little bit of early aggression coming out from the side of VP. There's a little bit of aggression from Nigma as well. Both teams just getting very zealous. Once again, Epileptic Kid's able to snap both bounties down bottom. And it looks like the other two are going to get stacked up by DM and GPK eventually, I imagine. Or whoever does actually go for that room. There's 4 members of Nigma all gathered around this tier 1 tower. They really want to bring this down with this catapult wave. Focusing a lot of their manpower around here. They are pieced up in 20 seconds, but I don't think VP is going to be able to keep this tower alive for that long. And they are all actually just going to fall back. The mid tier 1 falls for VP. So maybe VP wants to make a move down to GH. He has his fire spirits available, so he's going to try and go for a dive away. Just gets real close to the range of DM. That one whack does so much damage because of all that minus armor. And GH just melts under the pressure. Even the tombstone gets committed by Kuroki, but DM, he's just going to be able to TP out. There's no stun out of all these guys here. And the lightning bolt came in from a Miracle, but just slightly too late. Actually, you need the talent for it to stun as well, don't you? I think you do. Yeah. It's level 20 and then it stuns. So quite a ways away yet before Miracle's able to actually cancel any TPs himself. So Epileptic Kid, how's his farm going? He's actually gone for the Hand of Midas, just to actually increase his farming speed and the attack speed that lets him get those Fury Swipe stacks online a little bit faster. Most position ones, I don't really like the Midas pickup. It just sort of, it's really slow and clunky. But on a hero like Ursa, because as I was saying, the attack speed does actually allow you to get those Fury swipes up. It is slightly better. So maybe they're trying to make a move onto Weeha, but they don't realise there's a lot of members from the side of Nigma all gathered around and try and make some sort of counterplay. Ilias ends up getting caught. And Epileptic Kids is going to go for the Rage TP out, and he will manage to survive. And then in return, the rest of VP even managed to find a better kill onto Mind Control. So it ends up being a support for a position 3 across the map there. And Nigma, they're actually rotating a few heroes around here. Maybe they want to try and defend this tier 1 tower. And their presence is actually going to be enough to force VP to fall back. Meanwhile, Weeha and Kuroki are trying to take this mid tier 1, but then they themselves, VP just mass TPs, are going to try and force Nigma away, and they do. So both teams are sort of pushing each other away from their tier 1s. Not wanting to let any sort of free money fall into the other team's pockets. Weeha? How do you get caught out? Is it RP committed? Yeah, so RP got used there by GPK. That's perfectly fine. He's happy to use the RP for that reason. Nets him a nice easy kill there. Pitch. Forced to use his dive there at the last second. Living life on the edge though. Wanted to save that dive for the very last second. He needs to be careful though, he's still not got his dive for another 20 seconds. And then he's just rotate around it. Epileptic Kid, he realised this, he's going to just dive straight on in there. No, he changes his mind at the last second. Forget that. So we're going to see exactly the same scenario happen. Mind Control's pushed onto tier 1. Meanwhile, Epileptic and Ilias pushed onto tier 1 themselves up top. What's the Fire Spirits coming out for GH just to slow it down, but even still, tier 1 does fall. Even trades across the map. So that's the farm of Miracle going. He's got his bots online. And he's getting Dual Scepter. And then he's going to go for that Blink Dagger. So he's just going pure movement speed build. Wants to be able to fly around the battlefield as much as possibly can and just try and kite out. He's actually rotated around here, going to try and provide a little bit of pressure. Vanguard's already been taken up. He's going to get turned on. Laguna Blade to the face, and Miracle melts in seconds. Now Kuroki's the focus of Epileptic Kid's hate. He's dealing a lot of damage, so his Fury swipes just melting onto the Undying. He does actually get grabbed there by the Void, which holds him back for now. Epileptic is just going to carry on charging forwards. The egg eventually pops in the background and it stuns up DM. The LSA, it just barely connects onto Weeha with the follow-up crush coming out from DM. The Dissimulate just comes up. Weeha's able to go to the high ground, but it doesn't matter. There's a Blink Dagger available for GPK. It goes straight up onto the high ground and brings him down. Kuroki did also eventually fall there from Epileptic Kid, just keeping the pressure going forwards. So it ends up being a 3-for-1 trade. Only Ilias fallen. And VP do not care about that whatsoever. And this should just be a free Roshan. Actually, it looks like Nigma, they still want to try and stop this from happening. Mind Control's coming in here. He gets hit by the LSA and held back. The Roshan now falls and he just gets skewered into the waiting arms of Epileptic Kid, who just cleans him up. This is absolute disaster for Nigma. Everything falling to pieces. DM, he's even just found Miracle. Just charging forwards. All these bash chances. LSA just about connects. He ends up falling. Weeha, he tries to go for a kill onto a save, but he just dies as well. Kuroki barely manages to survive. DM, he's not stopping. He's just carrying on charging forwards. Just VP are an absolute mad one this game. I don't see what the Nigma can really do to make themselves turn around this. The only big ultimates they've really got is the egg, and that's not really going to do much. GPK, he jumps forward, he's trying to bring down Kuroki. The heals are coming up there. The RP, it does get committed. It only gets connected onto him though. It doesn't really matter. Epileptic Kitty cleans up the tombstone. They clean up Mind Control. They take away, they're going to take away the tier 1 tower. It's just non-stop chaos. VP are just absolutely crushing Nigma right now. Absolutely crushing him. I mean, as I was saying, like, the only big armor they've really got to play with is the Egg and the Thunder God's Wrath. Meanwhile, VP, they've got an RP. And the RP alone is one of the better teamfight abilities available. And as I say, there's not even any sort of protection for the Egg. This Egg is just wide open for Epileptic Kid and Save. And now Miracle, he's going to get gone on. No way to escape this. It's easy solo kill there from Epileptic Kid. This is just absolute shambles now. This is just painful to watch. This really is. It's 11k gold lead at 17 minutes for VP. This is just a complete, utter domination.
Total spanish.
If you're a Nigma fan, you gotta be crying inside. Like this whole lineup on the side of Nigma, they really have to play from ahead. Like as this game gets later, it only gets better for VP. It really does. Once again, DM leading the charge. He finds a Miracle, instant bash, cancels out the Timber Chains, holding him in place. Epileptic Kid gets held up by the Dual Scepter, but the Lagoon Blade quickly makes work of Mind Control and brings him down. Nigma are all rotating in. It's trying to make some sort of counterplay happen, but their tank just dissolves. Just has no consistency to him. It's just like, just mulch at this point. So finally Nigma find a grab, and it will be onto Ilias. But, I mean, it's just the position 5 on the side of VP, so they don't really care too much. Sorry about the silence then, I was busy sending a text. Very important stuff. But, I mean, this pressure that's coming out from VP, I just don't see it relenting really. They still got this Aegis, what, for another minute? I don't think they even really need it. They're just that far ahead at this point. But mind you, it's only the tier 1 top and tier 1 mid that VP's actually managed to take. I'm quite surprised that they don't just go in there and start applying a bit more pressure. We saw a very similar sort of play style in the first game. Like, they were really far ahead, but they were just a little bit shy on trying to take any sort of big engagements. Maybe they just want Epileptic Kid to get even fatter. He's almost got his BKB now. So maybe now we'll actually see them try and make some sort of move with this item online. DM's got his pipe, nearly got his Blink Dagger himself. GPK, Echo Saber and Blink Dagger. Only 100 gold will finish in his own BKB. But it doesn't like VP really care about waiting much longer. They're going to smoke up and try and find something now. They see Weehar farming in the mid lane. It's not the simplest target to go on. There's a couple of members of Nigma waiting the side. The LSA just barely misses. Weehar will be kept alive for now. GPK is actually just working his way towards taking it down this tier 2 at the top. Or at least going to force out the glyph. It's like Nigma, they're going to try and defend this. Mind Control's TPing up here. And a few more members from Nigma, they're coming in the back. DM, he jumps forwards. He could have nearly got ravaged there with the crush. He didn't quite go for it. Instead, he's going to try and focus down the tombstone. He does actually end up dropping. There's way too much damage coming out from Miracle. The egg, it does get popped, and Mind Control barely manages to survive. VP just now has to go into full retreat. Finally, Nigma finds something out of these fights. They bring down DM. It's not like the big prize kill of Epileptic Kid or GPK, but even still, it is a core kill, and it is a little bit of space. Miracle's still working for his Aghanims. He's quite a ways off it though, still 3,000. Meanwhile, on the side of VP, there's a lot of BKBs available. The first one obviously is used by GPK there very defensively, but it should be online by the time the next actual teamfight happens. BKB, 10 seconds, still available for Epileptic Kid, working towards that Abyssal Blade. And then DM, also now working towards his BKB. Realising that all of the damage on the side of Nigma is purely magical. It really is. So they take down the tier 2 at the top. That's going to open up the outpost. Still quite a ways away yet from that 30-minute mark, but even still, it is just shrinking the map a little bit for Nigma. What's Weehar building? He's got a Yules and he's working his way towards the Deso. Still very, very long way off himself. So these 4 members of VP, they can try and find something. They walk straight under a ward. It looks like Nigma, they want to try and make something happen here. They're setting up this for a gank. Epileptic is trying to focus down to the tombstone. He does bring it down. Save's getting pretty low himself though. It looks like he will eventually drop. Epileptic Kid's sort of like running in and out. Not quite sure who he wants to target. He will now swap over onto Kuroki. Trying to bring him down. Pops his BKB and the Death Ward's there as well. But I mean, this is only a kill onto the position. Actually, no, they got a kill onto GH as well. I think that was completely somewhere else though. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade. But it does cost Epileptic Kid his first charge of the BKB and the Death Ward. The Death Ward you don't really care too much about. It's not exactly a team fight ability you're really worried about having all the time. It's just bonus damage. There's enough damage coming out from the rest of VP. But even still, it's a little engagement that VP came out on top of. But they don't get any sort of objective out of it. It was also a buyback forced out on save. Looks like VP, they've spotted out Weehar and they're trying to make a move up here to collapse on top of him. Well, they thought he was falling back, but Weehar has actually doubled back on himself. He actually might have done him in here. Oh, he is going to run into him now, though. Ilias, he spots him out. Jump forward from Epileptic Kid. He just managed to get to Simulate off in time. Astral steps up towards the top of the wave. He still has... Oh, his next Astral steps up in 1 second, so he should still survive. Jump forward from DM, though. He spots him as Weehar's going for the TP out. He gets crushed in place. Take way too much damage now. Goes for the Simulate, but obviously he's got the Corrosive Haze on top of him. He just jumps onto Epileptic Kid, says, "Here, kill me. I don't want to live anymore. I'm done." Roshan, very long respawn. I think that's maximum time actually. Full 3 minutes in total. 2 minutes left of it now. So another 20 seconds for only Weehar, but doesn't look like VP's going to find any sort of bonus kills. I think they're just waiting for Roche now. That's all they really want. Epileptic Kid with his Blink Dagger online now. I think he thought wanting to go for a kill onto Miracle there, but Miracle falls back just in time. He's not going to fall for any sort of silly mistakes. Get himself killed for nothing. This VP really want this Roche. It's all they're really focusing on. It's making sure they have constant hero presence around this top area. Lots of ward vision as well. Just making sure they track any sort of movements coming out from Nigma. Jump on him immediately. They're actually going to jump forward. They finally managed to 2. Weehar and Kuroki. Kuroki falls. Weehar quickly falls as well. They weren't expecting VP to jump on him at that location. They fall in seconds. So now it's a 5-on-3. And VP, there's no creep wave in the mid lane to try and abuse this little numbers advantage they have. Oh, heck. It's used very defensively. Jump forward from Epileptic Kid. He finds Miracle, just shreds him in seconds. Godlike now up to him. Oh, the mind control with Timber Chain actually ends up missing. And that's just going to get him killed. Another kill going towards Epileptic Kid. GPK's working onto the tier 2 in the mid lane. Epileptic Kid might just going to carry on shoving towards this top. There's no buyback on Miracle or mind control. They're gone for 35 seconds. The VP, they're actually going to fall back. they're not going to carry on applying this pressure. I think this could have been an easy tier 3. Instead, they will fall back, and they're going to spot out. Roshan is now alive, and Dims is going to start on his own. And with the Corrosive Haze on top, as well as the Fury Swipes, it just drops so quickly. So Aegis for Epileptic Kids. The cheese went into the hands of GPK. Oh, Weeha? What's he doing there? Maybe he thought they'd forget the cheese. Just wants to try his luck. He rolled the dice. Doesn't come up good. Well, at least it wasn't a 1. He didn't roll a 1. Because that would have gotten killed. So Basher online for GPK now as well. And he's queued up for a Silver Edge. It's an interesting item to go for. Is there any particular items you want to break? I suppose there's the reactive armor, but I mean, Epileptic Kid's doing enough damage already. It just melts him, despite the fact that he does have that available. Epileptic Kid just charges forwards. He finds another grab onto Miracle. He's even just going to use his BKB to guarantee that Miracle dies. Oh, the creep! It actually blocked the remnant there. I think that caught Weeha by surprise a little bit. But I mean, VP, they're now going to start knocking on Nigma's high ground. Jump forward from Epileptic Kid. He gets the grab onto GH. He just wants to skew us up, so he's going to try and pop that egg. He gets skewed back into the rest of everyone, and he gets dropped. Still no buyback available for Miracle. And now control. He gets jumped on himself, gets hit by the LSA. But VP, they don't quite want to commit just yet. They're actually going to fall back. But once again, another jump forward from GPK. He's trying to get the connection onto Kuroki. Now skews him back down to the low ground. And Kuroki's another quick kill, mopped up. It's just Epileptic Kid's left all alone, but it doesn't really matter. He could probably just 1v3 him at this point. Mind control quickly falls. Controlled, altered, deleted. Working onto this tier 3. Finally, the glyph gets popped by Nigma, which will force them back a little bit, but there will be creeps coming into the mid lane soon. Oh, it's another creep arrived here now. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. They're going to keep this pressure going. Epileptic Kid jumps towards the back, but he doesn't actually find anyone. Miracle's off to the side. Leave still, their tier 3 still drops. Kuroki's up in a couple of seconds. Mind control's still 20 seconds away. The Nimbus Cloud comes down, but it will get cleaned up pretty quickly. Cheese even popped by GPK. The double Yules came out just onto Weeha and Epileptic Kid. RP committed from GPK just onto Kuroki. Brings him down in seconds. GH end up dropping as well. He's gone for 70. No buyback. This is an absolute destruction. Nigma, they're 26k goal behind. And I'm not sure what they can really do to keep themselves in this. This is looking real disastrous. They've lost their melee racks down bottom. VP have actually fallen back for now. Just healing up Epileptic Kid, but he's gone invis. He's going to jump forward. Immediately goes onto Miracle. Hits him with the Abyssal Blade. He's getting pretty low. Only one hit away. He will get hit by the Remnant to keep him back, but the Laguna Blade comes out from save. Quickly finishes off the Zeus. Gone for another minute. Even jump forward from TM. Finds the grab onto Weeha. He's gone. 50 seconds. Does have a buyback, but I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do. Kuroki even gets caught out. It's just mind control left. GPK, he nearly gets a super grab on it. I think VP's just messing around now. They don't really care. They know they've won. Okay, he's just like, high five me, bro. There you go. Mid barracks falling. Epileptic Kid just lets himself die to the tier 3s. Oh, jump forward from GPK. Gets the connection. Even breaks away the reactive armor stack, so he falls pretty quickly. Mind control's gone. I think Nigma know they've lost. And there they go. They call it. They call it. GG. VP actually taking the series 2-0, just absolutely annihilating Nigma. Like, proper crushed. I was not expecting it to be that one-sided. Like, I know Nigma's been a little bit off, purely because, as I was saying earlier, Kuroki's been in hospital for a while, so they've had to stand in, and this is his first tournament back. But even still, that was just complete outclassing. Just VP just dismantled him. They really dismantled him. There was nothing that Nigma could really do to come back into the game. It was a really awkward draft to play with as well. There wasn't any sort of contingency for some sort of comeback mechanic. It was all heavily relying on their lanes going well and getting an early lead. But they didn't. Just VP pretty much won every single lane and just didn't let up. The momentum carried on going throughout the entirety of that game, and they 2-0. Nigma doesn't stand a chance. Just they looked like a tier 3 team at that point, to be honest with you. Just VP absolutely outclassed them. So well played to them, and a very well deserved victory. I'm very impressed. But if you guys have enjoyed the stream, you've enjoyed the content I've been able to provide, then please think about following me on Twitch, Twitter, or on YouTube. I post on Twitter what I'm going to be casting in advance. So yeah, if you've liked what I've been able to provide, then yeah, please think about following me in the future, and hopefully I'll see you there. So cheers, and see you later.